Peace and blessings. This is Lisa Marie. I hope you are perfect, whole, and complete. I hope your day is beautiful, filled with joy and love. And I am mellow because I worked out this morning. And yeah, it's like I get 3 days off and then I work out. So I work out from Tuesday to Friday. And then I have Saturday, Sunday. But it feels longer. I've been doing so much. I've been fixing the house, so I've been moving things around. So I think I should probably feel a little tired. I hope you're well, perfect, whole, and complete. This is my, y'all, I'm waiting for one person to come on, then I'll say it. It's so funny what I'm about to tell y'all. To me, it's funny. So I love this background. Let's go see the other background. We gotta check them out, because the light may be good. The light wasn't bad there now. Don't get me wrong now. This is nice too. It's more light, because I'm following the light for the plants too. Following the light for the plants. And this picture is cute, but let me see something. It was cute though. It's pretty. It's just not on the wall properly, so we don't want it to fall on my head. So anyway, my voice, oh my God. Hey, yo, you know what? I haven't been talking all day. My phone cable was jacked up. It's been jacked up for a long time. And I did not even know that I could just go get another one. Not just I get another one, I thought it was gonna be so expensive and that. It was quite affordable. So look at life there. Look at dear life. Look at there. Hey Shanika, good morning to you. Do you know, Shanika, funny thing. So I was like, oh, today I'm gonna celebrate, I was saying this yesterday. Oh, today, which is today, which I thought today was the 9th, so obviously the 10th. It's like, oh, I'm going to celebrate my 6-year anniversary on March 9th, which I thought was today, but it was actually yesterday. So I was talking about celebrating tomorrow, yesterday, which my 6-year anniversary, which is yesterday, not today, because today's the 10th, not the 9th. So it was yesterday. Yesterday was my 6-month anniversary of living in Ghana. I'm sorry, my 6-year anniversary of living in Ghana. Yay! It was so, woo, 6 years. And I remember it like yesterday. It went by so fast. I know people say a lot, oh, it went by so fast. No. It went by so fast. Like, I cannot even believe that it's 6 years in Ghana. And I asked myself, I thought about it this morning, thank you for the love. I was like, I'm going to ask this two ways. First, I would say, if I had to do it all over again, would I have done it all over again? Would I have done it all over again? Yeah, you know why I say yes? Because I would have been curious. I would have said, oh, what if? If I have an inkling to do something and I don't do it, that's kind of like regret. And I would be like 6 years later thinking about, maybe I should have went to Ghana. I could even see it more that I would be like that, especially with the current, situation that's going on in the world. I would be like, oh, I should have went. I wonder what it would have been like. So I never want to have regrets, right? So I feel like, yes, I would absolutely have done it. I would absolutely do it all over again if I stand in this place right now. Now, if I asked it this way, if I knew then what I know now, would I have done it? I would say no. I know, so different answers. I would say no. The reason I say no is because, I didn't see my daughter in years and was being away from home and for so long. Also, the way I gave up all my stuff, I would have moved more properly. If I thought to move, I don't know, but let me tell you about life. This is how spiritual life is. You can say all of that. The fact is, you are here right now. I shouldn't even be asking myself that question, and none of us should. And I'll tell you why. Because it is the now that kind of got you to now. It is the now is showing you all the roads that you took. But when you started off, so from the beginning to now, there's a whole bunch of stuff that happened in between. And those things were necessary to get you to your now. We really never have to think, I don't think we should ever regret anything. It made us kind of who we were. We were supposed to take those steps, go through those things, hang out with those people, have those experiences. Whatever the now, if we think it is a final destination and we've reached it, it only is that whatever we've reached is based on what we've done. So, in other words, if I wasn't going to be here in 6 years, I would have been somewhere. even though I would have been in the States, but it still wouldn't have felt like 6 years ago, even in the States. 6 years from now, if I was in the same apartment in the same states, I would probably be in another situation. I would still be, something would be profound still happening. You don't have to leave home to have profound experiences. At the same time, you can leave home and have profound experiences. You'll never be able to go back because that means that you stayed back. It's one thing to go back, it's another thing to stay back. To have things be the way you were when you left means that you never grew from the time that you left. And life just does not work like that. Even if you never changed, everything around you changes. Children are born, parents pass, jobs acquired and lost, houses had, moved to another location. Life never, ever, ever is going to sit still for no one. So really, I don't really have to ask myself that question. I was even thinking about, I'm really working on like my mind. Every time I have a negative thought, I cancel it, I erase it. Good thoughts can take over to the point that there it is. It's like a recorder, a tape recorder. We go back to a tape recorder. I don't know. Some young people even know about tape recorders, but let's just say a phone recorder, right? And if you record something on your phone and you press play, that's what we call I love myself. I love myself. You can do it over and over again, or you can loop it so it plays over and over again. Every time, so you record it, so if you hear it all the time, it's playing in the background. Well, your thoughts are playing in the background too if you don't catch them. You could say, I love myself, and then you could stop the recorder so that you can inject something else into your consciousness. But it's the same thing with thoughts. They just kind of run themselves. Somebody got to press the pause button or the stop button to change the instructions. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I can see it like, if I have negative thoughts and just reoccurring thoughts and negative thoughts, if I don't say, hey, stop, to my own self, they will just fly, and I could have those thoughts for hours. And because they're playing in the background, I could go to work, I could wash dishes, I could take a bath, but those thoughts are constantly running. I know it to be true because when I now stop the thoughts, the reason why I stop negative thoughts is kind of like I say to myself, so what? Or what if that is true? I even go with the negative thing. What if that is true? You harboring over it is not going to change it. If anything, you could use the same thought pattern that creates things to program something else in that place. That would be way more effective as opposed to worrying about what the past was and what you could have did differently. You could literally right now program it, and almost the past would never happen. As a matter of fact, you can almost say the past didn't happen. Where can you go back and get it? Can you put it up in a ball? Can you put it in a box and sell it to me? Can I sell it to you? Where is that past? How do I give it to you? I can't. I can't exchange it. I can't give it. So it doesn't exist. It really is, I understand, like the now moment. It doesn't exist. Where is that? It's nowhere. So leave it nowhere and put new things which you want in it. And I know sometimes we think if we don't continue to harbor the same thoughts, then we'll repeat it. That's a lot of times. I know people think that, right? I got to remember, because if I just plug in a new program, then I'm going to still have the same experience. It's impossible. Your computer doesn't hold it. If you took an old program, uninstall a program in your computer or in your phone, it's not still playing in the background. You uninstalled it. It's not going to, when you put a new one in, it's not going to override the new one. The old one is gone and the new one is there. And the computer doesn't say, wait a second, I know you put this new program in me, but can we go back to the old one? The computer just plays the program the way that you programmed it to play it. That's it. And I get it. So, but I noticed that, wow, if I don't stop these thoughts when I know that I should stop these thoughts, they will go on and on and on and on and on. Like they will go on and on. And I mean, all day. Again, remember the plane in the background. So you think, oh, I went to the store, I went to the park, I went to work, I did these things. So therefore, I'm not thinking about it. Oh, they playing in the background until you say stop. And I've been doing that. Oh my God, like it's like I'm more aware of what's around me. I'm more aware of all the good in my life. I'm more aware of the blessings that I have. I'm more aware of the great life that I have. Like, there's some points where you let go and let God, but because it's a co-creation, you still have a part to play. And if you don't play your part, nothing changes. There's no halfway change. There's a saying, ain't no half stepping. You have to go all the way. So if you do half, it's nothing. Just say half is nothing. All is. Remember when we talk about relations, we say, oh, I'm bringing them, we used to say 50-50. I'm bringing the 50%, you bring the 50%. We realize that's not it. We need whole and whole. We need 100 and 100. So you and God are 100%. You and the higher power, the divine, however you want to call it, it's 100%. And I get it. I absolutely get it. Only you can change your life because guess what? It's your life to change. No one can change your life unless you believe that everyone, your life will change with everyone, but no one can change your life. I know. Think about it. No one can change your life. Your reaction to it changes your life, and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we should want our lives to change. For better, for worse, in a sense, it's the worst means that what happened to us hurt and we didn't like it. But it doesn't mean that it's necessarily bad for us. If we repeat it again, then it won't be great for us, but we sure learn a lot. And sometimes when we repeat the same so-called, we call them mistakes, over and over again, it's just that we didn't learn it enough. We learned it. We learned some parts of it. We learned a lot from it. We might need to learn it again. But I realized that, yeah, we really do control our lives by controlling our thoughts. And I've been working on it, and it has been absolutely great. It's like it makes me feel better, too. I feel more in control. I realize that I'm the one making it worse. The things, too, we tend to think, it's not stuff we know for sure. We don't, especially when we think about other people, what they're thinking, what they're doing. We have no idea, but why would we care? We're busy making somebody else's life, which is not even affecting them, using that time to make somebody else's life. My boss is, my daughter is, my son is, my mom. We could be making our own lives. We could be making. So we want to make up shit. Let's make up our own life shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's get our own life together, right? I love it. I don't know what switched up. I still say it's the part. I think it's me, and then moving in with these changes because I feel content. I sleep well. I feel like my room is different, my bed is different, and the person in the room and the bed is different too. Let me just turn on. You see them hot flashes. I feel like because I got more stuff in here, I need more. I mean, I hot flash anyway, but I need more air, you know. But I think like I said, eventually, everything's eventually, I'm gonna get an air conditioner. But oh, I feel so much better. The fan's right here, so it's wonderful. You know, I thought about. I never thought I should think about that. I have these two fans, extra fans. One I want to put in the kitchen, but I'm just thinking about why wouldn't I be able to put another fan? I could have two fans in the room. That would be great. I'm about to ask if let's put another fan in the room, and then you have two fans going in the one room, which would be great. Because I'm kind of like trying to say, oh, I'll put the other fan in the bathroom, but it don't really need to go. I'm not in the bathroom that long ever to be, it's hot, you know. I think I'll just put the two fans here, and because it saves me a lot of money on the air conditioner, and I already have the two fans. So, but yeah. So let me see who's here. So yeah, 6 years today. Good morning, Shanika. Good day, Denise. Your destiny happens the way it should. Yes. All the way down to relationships that we have. Absolutely. Changing your thoughts is challenging sometimes. That is one of the major things I have been working on over the last year also. Yes, and I think it's one thought at a time. That's how you do it. Because it's like you're exercising, and the muscle at first will be weak. The muscle will even be sore. The muscle, because it's rusty, it's not done that thing in a long time. But you see how when you do exercise, you could do it in your sleep. You know exactly what it is. Matter of fact, or like driving or anything else, you're not even there when you're doing it. That's how easy it is to do. And I do know that about subconscious. That's why I can say I practice. I've been doing it, just working on it for 2 days. I'm counting today, so just really, I feel like really consciously one day. Maybe it's been two. I lost a day, child. That's why I didn't know. Remember, Shanika, I was talking to you like, oh, you was like, oh, this stuff is in the background. I was like, oh yeah, that was like the whole day, days ago. It was yesterday. Remember that day? I lost one day, y'all, because I got caught up in the decorating decor, and I literally lost a day because that's how much I was in the moment. But that is exactly how the beautiful mind works. We don't really have to be in this reality if it's something that we like. So we want to train ourselves and our minds to lose a day. And what if we could lose 10 years? Meaning that those, in the sense that that didn't exist and it never even happened. It's not denial. It doesn't really exist. It's not here. But I find for me, it's been one thought at a time. My thought right now, it's been the same thought over and over again because I've been playing back the same thing for at least a year and a half, let's just say. So my mind is primed for that thought at that time. So I get that. That's how I know how easy it is. It doesn't take long to, lodge something into your subconscious. So each thought, since mine's similar, I have sometimes to say the same things. These things I say, when I realize I'm doing it, it's not true, or it's not true. I say I erase that thought. It doesn't matter. That's what I say. I usually don't say it's not true. I say it doesn't matter. It's over. And I say out loud, I erase that thought. And just that moment, just that simply, I promise you, it literally goes away. And then I do something and I feel great. Had I created that thought, those thoughts can take you out of here. Because those thoughts start getting to turn to more thoughts. Now you start getting angry. Now you start feeling wrong. Now you might want to call somebody and curse them out. Now you want to, you know what I'm saying? Now you're going to do the wrong thing. You was on a trajectory. Maybe you was going to stay home and sketch. Now you fired up because the thoughts is coming after the other, and you let them simmer and sit in there and boil. And then you boiling, But once you do it, you just so focused, just so, And then I'm one for, your home is your vision board. And besides the fact that I stay home, I work from home, I'm in the house a lot. It should be something that I need to support me. My home should be supporting my new consciousness, my new way of life, my new thought process. So when I watch and look and see everything, it just makes me happy. It just makes me feel amazing. It just makes me feel so good that I just want to keep feeling good. There's a change, like I said. I don't know what bed that's in, what room that is, and who's in the room and who's in the bed. I'm not that person from even 2 or 3 days ago. And then when you do that, right, and then of course I think we should have ritual though too. I think we should add ritual to it, daily ritual, whatever that looks like for you. For me, it looks like, getting up in the morning. That's the ritual right there. Right there's a ritual. Oh, Alexis, Nexa, thank you. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it so much. But think about it. So who is the person that is now existing? It's the new me. It's the new me, because the new me is happier than the old me. That's simply why I become it. So I got up this morning, lesson right there, and I did my oil pulling. I do that first, and then I get up in the morning and I went to the altar. So let me tell you what helps me a lot is having someone to talk to, wait for it, that's not necessarily in the living form. That means someone or something or some consciousness that is higher than me, but yet still related on some level or respected by me. It is my ancestors. And for me, it's my mother and my father. So just having an altar with the people that I love. You could choose the ones you love. Some people's loved ones is not their mother and father. You know what I'm saying? So you have to find that for you. And just even being to sit at an altar with a candle, an incense, some sage burning, and to do a ritual, whether it's a chant, a prayer, an affirmation, a visualization, journal writing. What about all of it? Because that's what I did today. Connecting to something that is not a thing, the thoughts I'm thinking, not where I'm even living or sitting. Just I don't know. It just makes me feel more beautiful, more seen, more heard, and for a different reason too. Not for, not a need for what you call that, validation. It's like when I sit in that kind of space in front of the candle and all that, I am I am perfect, whole, and complete in that moment. And all you need is a moment. All you need is a moment. A moment can change your entire life because you can program things in there that's much more beneficial than what you were probably already thinking. And so, yeah, that alone, just sitting by the altar, then you start hearing spirit. Spirit may talk to you, tell you things, give you instruction, and and you just feel better. And when you feel good, you attract. So let me tell you about my day. So I got up this morning, and I know it was last night. My phone wasn't charging. Now, if I show you the rag tag, I think we need the visuals. Like, we need the visuals for this one. Let me show you this rag tag thing. And I'm sitting there going, what's going on? But actually, I wasn't. Normally, I would say, I'm like, when I show you, normally I would say, what's going on? So I wake up in the morning, and I know already, let me tell you, when you change in your consciousness, the things that happen to get in the way. Oh, did I take it out? You know what? I mean, I'm sure, because it was garbage, but I thought that I decided not to throw it out yet. I really want to get the visuals, but I don't know where I put it. I don't think I threw it away. But let's just say that the wire, the cable part was dragged. Okay, maybe I threw it away. I didn't think I did because I said that I was going to go tomorrow and get the wire. See, now y'all's personal. Now I gotta find it. It doesn't seem like it's here. No, I think it's, I don't know where it is. Because I said, oh, I'm going to go tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, wait, I know where it is. Okay, so, I want to see this piece of go. This is the cable. Okay? I was holding on to this because somebody I used to know said to me like, oh, I bought a phone and at the time it was expensive. It's not probably anymore because it's old. And this is the original cord. And here when they buy stuff and they get rid of the original cord, they'll just go buy the cheaper ones on the street, but those kind of mess up your phone. They don't last as long. So I'm holding on to this thinking that I got to hold on to the original one because I'm not going to be able to find another one. If I do, it's going to cost so much because the person that I used to know kept saying, oh, it's going to cost so much, it's going to cost so much. But so much to different people is relative. So the phone wasn't charging, and all I could think about was, what the heck? Oh no, my phone, but I got up this morning. My thing was, Spirit told me, make sure you get up, you do your yoga, you do your exercise, of course you do your meditation, and let nothing stop you. Now listen when Spirit give you a directive. This is what we're doing now. You're doing good with changing your mind, exchanging bad thoughts for better thoughts. You're doing great. Now we gotta put the mind, body, spirit, because you said that you want to be perfect, whole, and complete. So I'm gonna get you to wholeness. So tomorrow we got the routine. Routines are great for you. You love it. Let's do it. But it's going when you first start to do something new. It's that subconscious mind. I point to here because I feel like it's in the gut. It's the subconscious mind that comes and says, "What you doing? You want some new routine? What is going on here? We know what we're going to do. We get up, we worry, we stress out. We don't even do our yoga. We don't do certain things because we force ourselves to. We dang sure ain't writing no gratitude journey. And the altar, we don't even have one set up. What are you doing?" And I said, oh no, my phone. How much I need my phone? What if my phone and it's not the cable? Now, you saw this dang thing. How could it not be this? But I was doubting. Spirit says, so what you going to do? Is the whole program going to go out the door? Or you going to do it? And I left that phone and put it to the side. I did a few things. There's a thing called it's an ECG, it's an electrical company in Ghana, and you have to prepay. You have to pay for your thing, like 40. Let's say you put $40. I'm sorry, 40 CDs, and then you use it until it runs out, and then you upload it to an app. You can buy it off your app. I said, let me buy some prepay, so in case the phone cuts off and then my lights go off. I said, let me leave messages for everyone I need to. Let me change my bank account because I got to go to the ATM. Once I did all that, I put the phone away. It was only on 5%. I was like, we good. And I proceeded to do everything that I normally would do or that I was told to do. And I did it, and it was great. Because I kept saying to myself, and in it, I visualized the day that I was going to go in and that it was going to be a small problem and I was going to easily be able to afford it. Oh, this is me while I'm doing my yoga. Think about the other things you do when you're doing exercises that you always do. Again, it's that you drive in a car. You don't know how you got from point A to point B, but you got there because your mind was somewhere else. So I was programming as I'm doing this thing called yoga, thank you, as I'm doing this exercise. So it's gonna be perfect, everything's gonna work out, all my money's gonna be, the money's gonna be good, it's gonna be everything. So I get there and I look at the thing and I say, what happened? And she says, yeah, well, it's probably the cable. And I was like, she said, well, let me charge it. I said, yeah, you should charge it because I can't get it past 13%. And once it gets to 13, it start going down. She looked at me like, well, yeah, I'm sure it's this. It's like, well, we should see. So anyway, um, uh, she was right, of course, and it was the cable. And so she sold me this other one, the all got graphics, which is this one. But I always heard that you should always buy the one that goes with the phone. That's just me. I heard that. So I was like, I took it because the price was good. It's an extra one. And the part that's like this, that's on this one, that's what I'm charging. I realized that no, that's still good. They sell this part and this part separately. This came with the wire. This one, because it's better, didn't. So I just bought the white one and realized that this part of it and the black one is still good. So I'm gonna go back and get another one of these. And now not only do I have one, I needed this extra one because I need to charge my computer. I can't find the one that I had to charge it. And this was very inexpensive. And even this wasn't the one that goes with this. I mean, this cable wasn't that much. And I said, look at the Spirit. Spirit said, not only am I going to let you know, I'm going to give you an extra one just in case of emergency. I'm going to make it affordable for the one that you do need, which I'm going to go back tomorrow and get because now I realize it. And I'm going to let you walk out the door and with no time. And it's going to be easy. It's an air-conditioned place. Everybody was accommodating. It was just perfect. And everything just moved in. I asked I have more in my account than I remember that I had. One day, 2 days of watching your thoughts, of monitoring and switching them out and putting something else in there. Because high vibrational things have to be on high vibrational frequency. And you are the frequency. You are the tower. You are the tower. Everything is pulling off or coming back to you. Okay, so this is just like you the tower. So it just worked out, and I went and got my water, and it was just beautiful. Oh, so now I go to ATM. I said, okay, well I got what I needed, and everything. I only had a certain amount in my pocket already. Before I even got to the ATM, I was able to buy the wire cable thingy. I was able to buy. This thing is raggedy. I'm gonna tell you another thing. Look at this raggedy thing. Why? Why am I walking around like this? I even bought this in Hawaii. Hawaii don't have choices like, for my phone, it's not that common. So Hawaii was this with some little teddy bear. Like, I don't even like this thing. This is not me. I went, guys, took a while. I said, let me get a new one. The price was great, and it's beautiful. It's red. I will show you. It's solid. It's better. It's more protective. And I'm look at Spirit. Look at Spirit saying, look, I got you. I got you. So then I remember I kept saying, I want to get like this. When I first came to Ghana, so talk about 6-year anniversary, I wanted to make sure. I said, how am I going to celebrate it? Well, I'm going to celebrate it buying a dress. Because that was the first thing I did the very next day, which actually was today, the 10th. The next morning, I went to the art center and I bought dresses. Don't even play with me, child. Okay, we was dressing it out. And I remember buying these 3-tiered, I call it 3-tiered dresses, and I loved them. I was like, ooh, I would love to have a dress like that again. And I'm walking down the street, and there's a woman. I saw yesterday. I was in a taxi and I saw the avenue, let's just speak, Oxford Street, and I saw that this vendor had this dress. Now I didn't know it had all this cute little. I think this is cute, y'all. This leaves me right down on this. I didn't know it had all that, and I said, or I went, and it was one on the mannequin, and I was gonna get that one, but it was the kente that I've had all the time, and she said, oh, we got other kinds, other ones, and she pulled out all the ones, and this one was the one. It's orange. It may look red, but it's actually orange. And let me show you, it's so cute, and it is my 6th anniversary celebration dress, but it is so cute. Isn't that like so? Isn't that so me? That's so me. It's so cute. It's like I think it says celebration. Isn't that adorable? And then the slip. Let me tell you, this little thing around the neck. I'm actually going to be inspired by this and put this on a couple of outfits. We about to do a same top like this without the skirt too, with this little thing. I'm showing my seamstress. Okay, we about to work this whole glamorous. This is me right now. Like I'm like, everything else is tied. That's all. Everything else is tied. Look at this. And why does it fit me like all up here? And so you know what, Spirit? I like you. I like you, Spirit. Let me take a thing. Spirit, I like you. And then the bell will tell. Yes, and you're working through it. Very good, Shanika. Hey, Alexis, thank you. A moment can change the entire life. I needed that. Yes, ma'am. Hey, Jalen, you are on point today. Lisa, thank you. Hey, Claude. Hey, Claude Lettre. Hey. They sold the block and charging cord here, too. Exactly, the block and the charge. Yes, exactly. They do in Ghana. Oh, yeah, definitely in the States, right. Hey, Shar. I like it. Thank you. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Alexis, too. Hey, son, kids. Good morning. It's gorgeous. Thank you. Celebration dress. So Ghana. So nostalgic. But with the little, don't be, when you see me with a couple of tube tops with this, just be like, she said she was inspired. We'll work it out after that. But I was so excited. So it's just been this boom, boom, boom. But let me tell you other things. So basically what we're talking about is cleaning up the subconscious, right? Cleaning up consciousness, cleaning up the mind, which is consciousness, right? So consciousness to me says what I'm aware of, what I'm aware of. That which I am aware of, that I'm aware of. So I'm aware of what I'm aware of. That's consciousness. Subconsciousness is I'm not aware of what I'm aware of. So one is I am aware of what I'm aware of, and the other one is I'm not aware of what I'm aware of. And so to me, it's the subconscious is like, I need to be more aware of what I'm not aware of. That's where you're stopping that tape that plays. And that goes off to the point that you're all depressed and you don't even know why. You think you're really depressed. No, the tape is running. And if the tape keeps saying the same thing, and it ain't a good same thing, so it's about being aware of what you're not aware of, the subconscious mind. So I don't care if when I was sitting in the place to get, there's other people in there and I had to wait and sit down. I was thinking of everything that I was thinking of. To the point, I started thinking of other things. I started thinking of how I'm going to stop going back to that crappy nail salon that I go to. It's had its years. I've been going for 6 years since I came here. The heyday's over. The best girl that everybody waits for, she quit because she probably was overwhelmed. And you know what? I thought maybe, and I got that dip stuff on. I was like, you know what? I want to go natural. I don't want to do the dip and the whatever else thing, the dip and the gel. I love it. There, I want to take that off. I love it. I mean, that's the way it looks, but it's not good, and it doesn't last, and it keeps coming off. And I noticed the people. I said, you know what? I'm going to actually take care of my own nails, and let me tell you how I'm going to take care of it from the inside. I'm going to take care of it from the inside. Why do I put the dip on? Because I want the nail to not break when it starts to grow out. The dip, and of course they say the gel now too, but the nail polish with the dip actually just weakens it. So I'm going to look Google all the things that strengthen the nails and what food I'm already eating, if there's other things I need to do. I'm really focusing on when you have, let me tell you, thinking negatively takes a lot of time away from you. It actually takes up time. It takes up time that you could do other things. Remember, your mind, your thoughts is actually creating your reality. If reality is nothing but time, then what else is it? So when you stop thinking those same negative thoughts, you're actually freeing up energetic space to do other things that's actually way more important than thinking of the things that you can't do nothing about. You can't do nothing about it. You don't even want to. It's already done. What does Esther Hicks talk about? All the flavor is chewed out of that gum, honey. So let's go in the kitchen. What I did last night, wanted to go to bed around 11, didn't know it was that time because I was in the zone. I said, I want to go back to making, let me see. Hold on, y'all. I was like, I want to go back to making like beauty products and, the homemade stuff, right? I'm really getting into the homemade. I'm going to make my own toothpaste too. I got to just go get the ingredients. I used to make and sell it, but I'm going to make it just for myself. Hold on, y'all. Okay. So, I made my clay. I'm going to show you the clay. I'll tell you it's a local clay. Hold on a second. And I've showed you before. And the women take it to have an easier pregnancy, to get minerals and stuff like that. And they call this the African bentonite clay. And it looks like this. And it's like they mining for, when they mine for diamonds and all that, how dangerous it is. The mining for this clay is actually the same thing because it's deep from the earth. So when you pour water over it, because you do have to get it to a softer consistency, you'll hear it fizzing, right? So I was like, I keep saying that I'm going to soak it. Oh, this been a whole year. I think I'm saying that. It's been all the time I've been here. So what I did last night is I did soak it, and I'm so proud of myself. So these are my old. I have this leave-in conditioner, and this is my old ones, and I washed them out yesterday, and now I said they're gonna hold my products. So this is the clay. So this morning I poured out the excess water. I spent it around with. I have a bone spoon. So they say don't use metal on your bentonite clay because it deactivates it. So yeah, so I'm gonna make my own toothpaste too. It's gonna be bentonite clay, stevia, vegetable glycerin if I can find that, a little bit of peppermint essential oil, and I think that sea salt, a little bit of sea salt. So I got my clay. I'm so happy because it's gonna last me a while. And I keep it in the refrigerator so it lasts. Also what I did is I make this dope hair conditioner because I'm washing my hair because I'm gonna get it braided, put it in the back of the protective style. And it's avocado, banana, and honey. Avocado, banana, and honey. I had avocado, it was all mushy, the best ones to do, almost it was going bad. Put it in the blender. Put some bananas in there, put some honey in there. It makes the hair look blacker, stronger, shiny, silky, and I made some. So now it's in my jar, but I made two because I tend to use a lot and I never make enough. I said, I'm not gonna be unprepared. Here's my second one too. My own products. I used to do this, guys. Remember, I used to do a living and I love it. So what I'm doing, I feel like when you love yourself, that means you keep your promises to yourself, right? So promises to myself is I'm gonna do the things I say I'm gonna do for myself, which is make my hair conditioner, yeah. Make my mask. I didn't use it today because I actually forgot I made a child, but I wasn't really ready. Tomorrow I'll be more ready. Another thing is I have a table in my kitchen because I had nowhere to eat my food. So now I sit down and I eat. Just little things like instead of waiting all day to wash the dishes, because sometimes I eat breakfast and then I eat the lunch. The lunch is lunch dinner. I don't do another meal after the second one. But I will wait to the end of the day and want to be at the end of the night and I'll be tired. So no, I said no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do everything as soon as I finish. I'm going to wipe everything down. because I know something for my mental health. I want my mind to be right. I want to be in control of my thoughts. So I want things that promote that, that help my mind feel good and uplifted. A clean house is definitely one of those things that do that. Order is definitely one of those things that do that. So I'm loving that, y'all. Being patient. 6 years ago, I was the worst patient person. I was not patient at all. I've changed. I've changed a lot, and I can see it. So yeah, so I surround myself around things that make me happy, like my yellow refrigerator. Oh, I love that fridge, and my whole house. And you know what we're gonna get? We're gonna get us a new tripod too. And if I find out I just need to get just the piece, if I could just buy the piece, it's just this one little piece, I'm gonna go see. Then I'll go get that. I live in a neighborhood where all the electronics, all the other places are here, so it's not hard at all. So yeah, I do things in my home that make me feel good. And one of it is definitely decorating. So I got some new family members. I've never had the Monstera. I got it now. I love the way it's kind of like it move. It's like that's a dope little movement it's got going on. And then of course I got these. Like I said, they call it the money plant, but I think we call this the pothos. This one I got. They gifted me. No, this one was gifted to me. I bought the ZZ again. I'm so happy with it. So I'm happy with just everything around me. I'm going to call the carpenter today, but I'm not going to rush him because he's going to come at the perfect time because I need him to put up all my pictures. And we got some more new plants, and the plants are very uplifting. This is going in the living room, waiting for the carpenter. We got this beauty right here. She's gorgeous. I talked to them today. I introduced myself. We got this beauty. What else did I do? Talk, introduce, welcome them to the home. Here's the fern and all my beauty stuff. So like I said, I'm gonna get busy tomorrow. I gotta go get some. Tomorrow I'm gonna go look for all the ingredients for my clay toothpaste. I just want to take care of myself. All that time worrying about somebody else, worrying about something else, but wasn't even making me feel good. Wasn't bothering no one. People are living their lives, and I said no more. No more. I'm going to live my beautiful life. Y'all stay down there for a second, please. I just got an idea. I had moved the coffee table out the way, but Spirit just told me now, no, you don't have to do that. You could actually do this and just put the tripod on the table just like you did right now. Spirit, you're so smart. So we gotta get rid of that. So hold on a second. I'll work on that tomorrow. That'll be tomorrow's job. So yeah, fixing the things that don't work, even if you don't know what it's gonna cost, just inquire about it, just taking steps towards what I want and not towards what I don't want, just living life, y'all. So it's been great, it's been good, and I thank y'all so much. What am I gonna do? I'm going to read, my book. Let me tell you, I want to read a passage from the book from last night. This is going to make you get this book. Hold on one second. This is a true story. This brother is from Burkina Faso. He is now passed. This book came out in, I think, 1994. At least that's when it was copyrighted. It's called Of Water and the Spirit, Ritual Magic and Initiation in the Life of an African Shaman. And I love it so much. By Melodoma Patrice Some. So I want to read this to you. You want to talk about metaphysics? Metaphysics it's African. It's an African tradition. Something that he said, and I got to get a highlighter. Let me go today and figure out which store sells the highlighters. Yes, it's the one on the corner. I'm going to get one right now because there was something here that I said, oh my God, this is a book about African initiation, African thought. So let's see, I hope I can just find it easily. So just excuse me for a second. And that's going to menopause. Okay. The challenge of, no, let's see. It's coming. It's coming. I'm sorry if it's meant for me to find it. Let me find it. Yes. Yes. So here it is. So his people are the Dagara people. He says the world of the Dagara also does not distinguish between reality and imagination. To us, there is a close connection between thoughts and reality. To imagine something, to closely focus on one's thoughts upon it, has the potential to bring that something into being. Thus, people who take a tragic view of life and are always expecting the worst usually manifest that reality. Those who expect that things will work together for the good usually experience just that. In the realm of the sacred, this concept is taken even further. For what is magic but the ability to focus thought and energy to get results on a human plane? The Dagara view of reality is large. If one can imagine something, then it has at least the potential to exist. It's not like you're going to hear it before. Let me explain what you're hearing. This is an ancient, before the white man so-called came, right? Before this written language of the West, before the West. This is this concept of this metaphysics that seems like it's taken out of the realm of African spirituality is nothing but African spirituality. And they mean it on a way that you cannot even believe. The things that they do, the things that they can make appear and disappear. This brother talked about how he had went to school, and Africa has the thing of, if there's like, let's say there's scholarships to the U.S., and we only have 10,000 scholarships. Well, it's 10,000, the higher ups and their children that get to go, and the poor people never do. But there's the ones that come from these deep indigenous initiation traditions that he does. Even though most of the children are poor, they get these things called like a charm. It's medicine, it's their medicine. And it helps them get into accidents and don't die, have strokes and recover in 24 hours. Go down to the depths of an ocean. I remember a story about a man that was on a ship, and the ship went down, and he actually survived under the water. I forgot how many days. He was a Nigerian. I had people wanting to say he had his charm. This charm would help him learn how to do. He knew how to read his professor's auras. So when the professor would ask him a question, when somebody asks you a question, especially as a teacher, they already have the answer, that what they believe the answer is. So they want to see if you know the answer. So as I'm asking you a question, I'm already thinking of an answer, waiting for you to give me the answer. His tradition taught him how to read auras to get the actual answer from the aura. And this is how he got numerous bachelor's, numerous master's degrees, numerous PhDs. Not because he was smart, because of the charm. So this, when he talks about metaphysics, he's not calling metaphysics. He doesn't even know the name metaphysics. He's literally telling you that thing that we all do, that now we take for granted or we act like it's nothing, it is an ancient African tradition. So all that time I used to teach metaphysics, and remember my tagline was, this is Nubia I, the Lawful Goddess, the Womb Priestess, and Holistic Practitioner, ancient African wisdom for the modern system. I was already teaching it. Ancient African healing for the modern system. That is deep. And this is me already saying I'm going to make sure my mind is right. Then I read this last night, my mouth dropped. And I say, okay, now this is our stuff. This is something. I want to know about the charms, honey. You know what I'm saying? They don't teach you that. When you get with them, they don't tell you that part. And this brother is from Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso, by the whites, as they actually call it the Upper Volta. Okay, so I want you to understand that the Volta region was actually not part of Ghana. It was part of if anything, it was part of Togo, Benin, Burkina Faso. All those places that I think it was the Germans, I'm not sure, that came in and named it. So these are still people that are very much deep into, you can call it Ewe, you can call it another one called Bono. So my DNA was done, I am actually Ewe. I am 23% Ewe and 23% Nigerian, and I forget if I'm Igbo, and I forget the other one. But It's just all just very amazing because I'm telling you, this book, did I, there it is. This book I was meant to get. I was meant to receive. And when you open yourself up, when you open your mind up, releasing all the old, it will seem like miracles, but it will actually be what your life is actually was meant to be. You're supposed to go from peak to peak. You're supposed to go from good to good, from great to great, from success to success. We've lost our charms, but we're bringing them and we're regaining them back. And I'll tell you the story of how I got the book, and then I'm going to let you go. So far, look what this says. This says Anatomy of Female Power. You see this? Let me explain to you how I got this awful book that I picked up by mistake. It was called The Something of the Female. And it was called The Anatomy of Female Power. But it was done in small letters, it wrote, written by a masculinist. And this man was so mad. It was an African man talking about African women, of course, and it must have come around the liberation movement. The hatred this book had, I couldn't believe I mistakenly picked it up. It was hard, and I kept thinking, there's no section for this book in my bookshelf. It was horrible. I can't even explain to you. But I threw the whole book away. I said, wait, there's something good about the book. I don't have a bookmark. So I took out the part that said this, The Anatomy of Female Power. And I said, I paid for this, and this is powerful. And I put it on thing. I'll tell you the story of this book. This brother, Maladona Some, it says copyright 1994. That is almost 94, 2004, what is it? We almost 30 years, almost 30 years. 30 years ago, I remember this book was all the rage, and the brother was making tours throughout the United States. And everybody in the spiritual community that I was a part of, and beyond, was going to see him. And it was like, oh my God. I remember he was on, I think he was interviewed on TV, it was big thing when his brother was coming. So I remember maybe some years later, maybe even 10 years later, let's just say, I filled a book at the library. I wasn't ready for it. I couldn't even understand it. Now it's like, I thought it was hard to read. It's the easiest read. I just started, and I thought, wow, when you're not ready, you're not ready. At the same time, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. But anyway, I'm at the Saturday market, and there's a bookseller. It's not my normal bookseller. It's the same books and the same person. The same, I guess, organization, but it was a different actual bookseller. So another one maybe he's on a break. And he was speaking to a woman. She was half black, half white. She was Nigerian because I hear her talking to the brother. And race is very interesting here. People are definitely treated better according to their proximity to whiteness. So even if you're mixed race here, you get kind of treated like you're better than the black people, full black like me. So when I got there, they were in a deep conversation. But I'm overhearing her. She's telling me about books and recommending books, and he's very much into her, listening to, into what she has to say. I'm not saying into her, but she was very, attractive woman. And very tall. And so I'm looking at this book, and I'm kind of wanting him to hurry up. Like, am I going to have to do this? Do I have to wait for all of this? I got a bad attitude, as far as I'm concerned. But something won't let me leave the table. So I'm about to pick up a book, Old Consciousness versus New Consciousness, with the help of our ancestors, right? And I'm looking at all the books, and he's still talking to the woman. So he said, oh, have you decided? I said, oh, no. I realized the reason why he kept talking, he thought I was still looking. I had my book. It was actually called Cursed Daughters. I want y'all to hear this title. This is the book I was about to get. Cursed Daughters. It was about a family of women, the daughters, who were all cursed, that they would experience nothing but heartbreak, and it was a curse against the family of heartbreak and pain. And I was really about to get this book. It was thick, it was great. It was going to make me feel better, of course worse better, about, I guess, my situation. So the woman is looking at me going through the books, and she turns around, she says, hi. I said, hi. And she said, have you ever read the book by Maladoma Patrice Some? of Water and the Spirit. I said, oh my gosh, like 30 years ago that book came to me. And I said, but actually I took a workshop, it was a weekend workshop at this college I went to, California Institute of Integral Studies in San Francisco, California. And I said, his wife, which at that time wasn't his wife, but she was his wife, she came in as his wife, she was teaching the workshop. No, um, the sister said, have you ever, oh, I said, yeah, I said, so his wife, I said, she was teaching a workshop. It was actually on ancestors and building altars and connecting with the other side. And it was his wife, her name was Sabamfu Some. And she said, oh, interesting, I took a course with her, I took the grief, because she talks about grief a lot. And I said, oh, and I said, yeah, she's not alive anymore. She says, no, and neither is he. And I said, oh, interesting. And she said, and I said, okay, I'll think about it. And I said, thank you, sister. And she said, she was so happy I called her sister. Like I said, race here and blackness and then Black American and then the mixed ones and then the da-da-da-da. It's all interesting, right? And it's not, I wish it was more beautiful, but, you know. So I called sister, she said, thank you, sister. Like, she was like, yeah, I'm in, you know. And I was like, yeah. So she's still talking to the brother, and I am looking at this cursed daughters, family that's cursed with heartbreak. I was like, you know what? I said, sister, are you going to buy this book? Because the book was sitting in front of her. She said, oh, no, I'm going to buy this one. I said, would you mind passing? She said, yes, here you go. And I was about to get this book and the Cursed Daughters. And I looked at that Cursed Daughter, I was first saying, girl, get this book right here. This is all you need. You're ready now. Thank you for the love. 30 years later, you're ready. I am not the person I was even last week, y'all. Having my things, my protection, my cloths, my cheers, my symbols is having myself, having my power. Let me tell you where I learned that. I was married to a man, wonderful man, Warren Goodson, an artist extraordinaire. And he was the first one that really taught me about the power of the artifacts, our statues, our maps, our Africanness. And he says, when I'm not with them, or they're in storage, I feel powerless. They make me feel powerful. They give me power. They have power in it. And he ain't lied. I would come visit him at his loft, and I swear to God, I would sit up straighter because the chair with the lion heads, and you got 6 foot, statues inside of you, and everybody that came in that were not even Afrocentric, you could tell they came and they left the same way. So I understand the talisman that he talks about having, and these things of power that mean nothing to others but powerful to you. Everything around us has the possibility of being a talisman or something that brings us hexes. We choose it by choosing our thoughts, our consciousness, and in a sense, our reality. There is no separation between the real world, the material world, and the world that we create. So let's create a better world for ourselves. All right, ladies, I want to thank you so very much. I had a great time with y'all, and I hope you'll continue to watch the channel. You can see we're going, I don't know, I almost feel like we're going back but forward because I learned a lot. And it's interesting that, thank you for the love, that on my 6th year, the day of, which yesterday, that I thought I was going to come last week. I thought I was going to come in my 6th year, and thank you for the love so much. And I was going to talk about how I wish this didn't happen, and I wish I didn't experience that. And now, you got to wait till the final hour, the 11th hour. I realized, wow, all of that was for this. Because I am supposed to be studying. I am a teacher. I must teach. I must go to my highest frequency before I leave this earth. And I realize that now. And so this is why it all happened, to bring me right back here. And so we give thanks. And there will be more. I will see you tomorrow, if it is the will of God. And I love you all with my heart and soul. And watch me get we're about to fix the tripod. Don't y'all worry. Don't y'all worry your pretty little heads, okay? Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Picture Perfect. Shanika says, wow, I didn't know that about the clay. Oh, yes, the clay is very powerful. They go, mining for it, and some of them be dying, and it's deep. Your place is beautiful. He said, thank you, Shanika. I love the monsteras. They move and turn themselves to face the sun like the sunflower says, oh, thank you. That's why I got that. Okay, I don't know nothing about it. I'm going to do some research. Thank you. And Shanika, please keep sharing. Strumbrella plants are cool too. Strumbrella. Show me a picture of that one, Shanika. I would love to see it. Shar says, what's the name of the book? And the name of the book is a powerful book. It's name Of Water and the Spirit. Of Water and the Spirit. Apparently he has two. There's another one. I think it's a thicker book. But this is the one. And it is Ritual, Magic, and Initiation in the Life of an African Shaman. An African shaman. His name is Maladome or Meladome. You can say Molly because it's like Dome Patrice Some. If you just put Maladome Some or Some, you put Some, you'll hear it. And you put this, you'll see it. And this is the color of the book. And this is his picture in the back. And then he has another one too. Wait out there. Am I covering the picture? Sorry, yes I am. Powerful, powerful. And look, it's not long. So his other book is called The Healing Wisdom of Africa. And I think I'm almost sure that those are his only two books. And then he has another book there because he wound up not being with Sabanfo Some, and he married a white woman. He talked about a book about their love. But anyway, these are the spiritual shamanic books. And apparently he's not alive anymore. I remember that tagline, yes, Shanika. Wow, says Shar, yes. Umbrella. Okay, umbrella. Okay, umbrella. Okay. Have a great day. You too. That's beautiful. Thank you, C. Baptiste. How are you? Thanks, Shar. You're welcome. Jalen says, thanks for today, Lisa. Many blessings to you, ladies. And ladies, just throw it out. If you ever feel, if something moves you, and you say, oh my God, I want to give and I don't know how, and there's no pressure. Just somebody asked me, tell people how they can give if they want to. In the description box is always my Zelle, my CashApp, and my PayPal. If you feel to use it, anyone, feel free. I thank you so much. I love you with all my heart. And I'll be on a little bit later on Afrocentric Home Design, and we'll talk about the spirituality of our stuff. Love you, ladies. Peace.